You're fast asleep, but your dog? They're watching, waiting, doing something you'd never expect. And they do it every single night. They stare at you while you sleep. Okay, yes, a little creepy. Waking up to find two eyes locked on you in the dark might give you horror movie vibes. But what's going on? Don't worry, it's not creepy. They have a protective, loyal heart and are emotionally monitoring you. Your dog is checking in, making sure you're okay. It's instinctual and emotional. Think of it as being something of a blend of their ancient pack behavior and modern love for you. As a dog of the current era, they know to love their pet parent with an intensive, devout devotion that makes them such wonderful companions. But because of the hard wiring in the DNA from their days as wild wolves way back when, they express that love in a rather overly protective way. And to be honest, I can't blame them. Because you're their person, their anchor. I often use that term on this channel, but I really do mean it. Great advice, in general, when it comes to understanding not just your dog, but how they think and feel, is to always remember you are an anchor for them. Life is a chaotic, stormy sea at times, so having someone or something to keep them tethered and secure is a vital way of maintaining their emotional and mental well-being. If you're still breathing softly and safely, their world is fine as far as they're concerned. You being okay means everything around them is okay, because you're their anchor, remember. But it goes even deeper than that. Even deeper than an anchor sinks into the water. Not sure that joke worked, but you know what I mean. Dogs are wired to track the well-being of their social group. And what do we always say on this channel? You can take the dog out of the wild, but you can't take the wild out of the dog. They may keep a little closer to watch if they sense your breathing is irregular or you're restless. It's a role that offers them emotional security too. By ensuring your safety, they reduce their stress. Sort of like a toddler checking in on their mom, because they know they need their mom to be safe and well. Because if their mom is safe and well, that means they will be safe and well. Not to get a little too confused with the conflicting metaphor here, but you're not just their anchor. You're also their compass through life. And every glance at you, even in the middle of the night, when you can't glance back, is their way of confirming all is well, that you are still there, and nothing is wrong. They sleep on or near you. Though sometimes, not to contradict my own intro a little bit, your dog is asleep when you are. And it is how they are sleeping, or where, that means a rather big deal. Most notably when your dog chooses to sleep either near you or quite literally on you, like they're part of you, a giant fluffy lump you just can't shake. This is a classic you are my person behavior that many of you may be very familiar with. Sleeping close, whether on your feet, next to your leg, or fully sprawled across your chest like a 60-pound organic weighted blanket that leaks massive globs of slobber, is a powerful sign of bonding, trust, affection, and protection. In a dog's world, sleeping together is sacred. It's how pack members stay safe and warm. By choosing to curl up beside you, they're saying, "You're my pack, I choose you." Sleeping on you is another sign that your dog is never off duty, even when sleeping. They feel the need to protect you. And yes, even if they kick in their sleep and hog all the blankets, it's still an attempt to show love for you and an effort to protect you. I promise. This behavior is also territorial in the sweetest way. They are claiming you, but not in that possessive way some somewhat problematic men do, but in a loving style. They say, "This is home, this is my safe spot. I must protect it as best I can." Their physical closeness reinforces their sense of belonging, providing you both with shared warmth and a lovely boost in oxytocin. And who wouldn't want an increase in oxytocin, seeing as that's the same hormone that strengthens parent-infant bonding in humans? That's a good thing to have a boost of. But while you're lying in your bed while you sleep, they're not always sleeping. Like I mentioned, they might be awake and staring at you, and they might be awake and doing something else. They lick you while you sleep. Ever woken up with a damp hand or mysteriously shiny toes? It is normal for your dog to lick you while you sleep like a lollipop. It's not quite as creepy as it sounds, I promise. It's your dog's way of showing caregiving affection. It's a throwback to how mother dogs groom their puppies. For that reason, licking is a deeply rooted bonding behavior. It's not just about the tasty salt on your skin, though that probably plays a role. It's about comfort, reassurance, and sometimes soothing themselves by staying connected to you. Translate what your dog might think into boring human words. I love you. Also, your elbow tastes emotionally important. It may also signal they've noticed a slight change in you. Perhaps an unusual scent, a cut, or just your temperature being a little different. Dogs are finely attuned to your biochemistry. They spend enough time around you after all, and licking could be their way of showing concern or helping to soothe what they perceive as a minor imbalance. In their world, touch heals. So if you seem off during the day, they might spend the night trying to lick you back into good condition. They wake you up at the same time every day. Imagine something for a moment. It's 6:30 a.m. You need to wake up to start prepping for work. But that's what you do 5 days a week, every week. But on this occasion, you've screwed up. You forgot to set up your alarm. It could be a disaster. Your only morning routine might fall apart and you'll be late for work. But it turns out you never needed to set an alarm at all, because your dog actively tries to wake you up exactly when you need to. It seems remarkable, but many pet parents and precious pooches report being woken up exactly when they need to wake up. Dogs have incredible internal clocks. If you usually get up at 7 a.m. for work even on weekends, they'll be like, "Why are we not moving toward breakfast? The sun is up. The kibble must flow. It must flow." But it's not just because they want food. Dogs are creatures of rhythm. Repetition brings safety. So waking you up might also stem from protective instincts. They're checking that everything's normal, and if not, they'll reset the system with a bump of their wet nose and possibly a gentle bark. Routine helps dogs feel secure in their environment. When you deviate from the norm, say sleeping in on Saturday or forgetting to feed them because you were watching your 9th YouTube video in a row, they may get antsy because something feels off. Their consistency anchors the day and ensures their world and yours remain stable. So your dog may be actively prepping for the following routine stages during the last few hours of the night, like a stage manager of a theater show. Prepping everything before the curtain rises. Your dog might spend the night pacing around and getting emotionally ready for the routine to kick off at 6:30 a.m. They sleep facing the door. So another place it's common for dogs to linger while you're sleeping is right by the door to your room, almost like they're guarding the threshold into your room. And that's because they pretty much are. It's a pure canine strategy. When your dog sleeps with their back to you and face toward the door, it's not because they're ignoring you, it's because they're on guard duty. They love what's in the room. You. So they're looking to protect it from the horrors of what's on the other side. Everything else. They're positioning themselves to detect any threat. You're the VIP, the precious cargo, and they are the security system. Nothing, and I mean nothing, must get to you, even though there's nothing dangerous in your home. At least I hope not. Sleeping this way is a mix of instinct and love. They're scanning the perimeter so you can snore in peace. This alert orientation is a classic behavior seen in wild canines. The alpha of most protective pack members face the vulnerable entry points while others rest. Even if an animal is no longer wild, that doesn't mean they easily shake off their wild side. In your home, that role often falls to your precious pup, because you're the most essential part of their world. Think of this act as a silent vow. Nothing gets to you unless it gets through me. Your dog does all this while you sleep. But what if they could hear every word you said? Can they even understand you? Watch this next.